Yo guys, what's up? Welcome to another Arsenal watch along. Today we got Brentford. We're hosting Brentford at the Emirates Stadium, and after Man City's big win and a very entertaining game yesterday, the lead is cut down to 2 points. So we need to respond today and get a win to restore that 5 point lead. We got other Premier League matches as well. Um, we got big ones, right? We got Chelsea playing. We got Liverpool playing. Liverpool could get into the top four, and Chelsea, if we drop points today, Chelsea could restore the deficit against us. Big changes for Arsenal, as you can see on my left there. Saka is being rested, so Madueke is making a start. No, Gyökeres is still on the bench, not fit enough to start. Merino, you know, unless he's fit at the moment, he's scoring and assisting every game. So why drop him really? Maybe resting Gyökeres for the game against Aston Villa. But apart from that, Rice, Zubimendi, good to see them back there. But again, no Gabriel or no Saliba. Now, Hincapié and Mosquera was solid, but a bit shaky against Chelsea. But then that being a fiery not North London derby, fiery derby. So, hopefully against Brentford at home, less pressure. And Brentford will be sitting back. But Brentford are a set piece threat, though. They've got those long throws that could cause us problems. But, let's see. Timber looks like he's being rested. I just gotta check if he's on the bench. No, Timber's on the bench. So Timber's being rested. Ben White making a rare Premier League start. Apart from that, Odegaard's back in the starting lineup. No, Eze's dropped. You think that maybe after the game against Chelsea, maybe you'd put Eze on the left. Maybe more creative option. Martinelli doesn't really give you that creativity or that technicality, but he's hardworking. He's gonna run back, help with the defense. Now I don't see Eze really doing that. Odegaard's slotted right in. Oh, he's the captain. Obviously if he's fit, he needs to start. Apart from that, Calafiori's in the lineup, which is good to see as well. There were some rumors that he might have had a little wee niggle against Chelsea, but I think Arteta just took him off because he was on a yellow card, and we don't want to be down to 10 men in that game. So disappointing news. Saliba, Gabriel still out. I think Gabriel's going to be out for a while, but Saliba could be back for the game against Aston Villa. Now that is a big one this weekend. But first, let's get Brentford out of the way, get that win here. So Saliba hopefully back in the weekend. Trossard's another big miss. Trossard he is probably our best left-sided player, right? Martinelli, I think Martinelli has to show today that he deserves to start matches. Because so far this season, yeah, I think he started one of the matches and he scored. Don't recall which one it was. Was that Olympiacos? I don't remember. He did, but he's very good as a substitute. He comes on when other defense are tired. He's got that burst of speed, and he just, you know, wipes the floor of the defenders. That's why I think somebody like Trossard starting is good. Trossard starting gives the creative outlet, and then bring on Martinelli afterwards. Looks like it's raining here at the Emirates. Saliba and Gabriel are there for motivation for the team. They do need that. Hincapié and Mosquera do lack that experience playing together. And of course, the only way you're going to get that is by playing together. So this is their second start, I think third start overall this season. And they just need that defensive experience and leadership, right? I think that's what Saliba and Gabriel give you, at least one of them when they start. I think when Hincapié or Mosquera have started with one of those two defenders, they've done really well. So today, let's see. Brentford are no means an easy game. No game in the Premier League is an easy game. As we saw yesterday, Man City go 5-1 up against Fulham, only for Fulham to bring it back to 5-4. I was listening to that while working, and I was hoping for Fulham to snatch a late equalizer. Didn't end up happening, but whatever. They did their best. They made it more entertaining. I think 5-1 up, people are like, oh, Man City might, you know, Man City are in the title race. Arsenal, it looks grim for Arsenal. Arsenal, should be careful. But then when you're conceding, how many is that? They conceded 2 against Leeds, and they had needed a last-minute winner for that, and they conceded 4. So they've conceded 6 goals in their last 2 matches. I think we've conceded 7 all season. Have we? I gotta just double check that. It does feel like it, doesn't it? Yeah, we've conceded 7 all season, and Man City have conceded 6 in their last 2. So defensively, they're not quite there. I think it is Haaland's carrying them, and I think Foden's coming into form. Obviously, you've got players like Doku who can just pull off a master performance randomly. We have our hands full this season, and it'll be disappointing to finish second again. Obviously, we don't want to do that. We want to win the title, but it's games like this. Last season we dropped points. We can't drop points today. We need a victory. I don't care if it's a 1-0, a 2-0, 2-1. Let's just win the game. And speaking of 2-1, I think we tied a club record 8 games, 1 in a row. 8 games, 1 in a row, yes, without conceding. And then, and then we go to concede, what is it? 1 against Tottenham, 1 against Bayern, 1 against Chelsea, 2 against Sunderland. So, and then we go on to concede 5 in our last 4 matches after going 8 in a row without conceding. So we just need to, settle down defensively, get that aura back, that clean sheet aura, or that, even I remember the fan base, reading on the comments, like we were disappointed just to get a shot on target. Not that we're getting peppered at the moment, but we're still, it seems like I think Chelsea had like what, 3 or 4 shots on target the entire game. And teams obviously their chances are few and far between, so they need to be clinical. I think that goal by Chalobah was a very good header. Just, dinked it over everybody else and went in. So we just need to be careful today against Brentford. Brentford are going to be a threat. Their home form has been great. Their away form has been very, very bad. I think I saw a stat where, let's just see here. Don't need to wait for the stat. So looking at the away table, they are 3rd bottom. 1 win, 5 defeats. We're top with Tottenham, the 14 points each. So, you got to make the form count. And look at Brentford's home record. 5 wins, 1 draw, 1 defeat. I think that draw was against Chelsea and that defeat was against Man City. They've beaten Liverpool, Man United. Wow, look at this. Martinez for Aston Villa, injured in the warm-up. So, Marco Bizzo making a start. Well, you don't want to wish injuries on any players, but if Martinez is injured for our game this weekend, it could look well for us. He's a good goalkeeper. Here we go. The teams are coming out. Not sure if I can make a multi-view here. That'd be nice. The players are coming onto the field. Let's see if we can do multi-view. Yeah, I'm on the PlayStation app. Don't want to put too much pressure on my So other matches: Wolves against Nottingham Forest, Burnley against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace should win that, and then Brighton, Aston Villa. That's going to be an interesting game. Multi-view would have been cool, but we don't have it here. Maybe I'll do some tests and see if I can open this on my laptop, and then we can get multi-view out of the way. So here's the starting lineup for Arsenal. As you can see, we've already seen that. Raya looking for a clean sheet. Haven't had one in a while. And Ben White, interesting. I think Timber does need a rest, so it's good to have Ben White get a rest. And if I had hope we are like 2 or 3 nil up in this game, and then just take off Zubimendi and Rice. Bring on Norgard against his former club. Give Zubimendi and Rice. Zubimendi did have a rest. I think he came off on the 60-minute mark against Chelsea. Rice is just a power. He's just a industrial engine. He just never gets tired, never gets injured. I don't want to jinx it. That's why I don't like making predictions or making big claims. So I am saying it's going to be a tough game today. And looks like Brentford are going with a back five. Kelleher starting in goal. Kelleher has been a good signing for them. Interesting. No Collins for them. Is he suspended for the game? No Collins for Brentford. I think he's their captain. Matthias Jensen is captain today. Got an interesting midfield. I don't really know anybody. Ouattara and Shada. Shada's good. I think he's the long throw expert, and Ouattara is good as well. And it looks like Collins is on the bench, and Damsgaard is on the bench as well. So maybe they're resting some players. So is Henderson and Igor Thiago, who's I think he's second top scorer at the moment, only behind the robot that is Haaland. Interesting games yesterday. Tottenham drawing against Newcastle, last minute equalizer by Sergio Romero, and then again Manchester City winning. They're just looking at Man City's fixtures up until beginning of January or mid-January. I mean, they're all winnable games, so that's why we need to take this game by game. I think it's muted here for me, but I think we can guess that the fans are singing North London Forever here with their scarves up. Yeah, God, I love how the atmosphere has changed in the Premier League. It's just, they're in the Emirates Stadium. So we're almost ready for kickoff here. There we go. Kickoff, Brentford kickoff. Let's see what we can do today. Let's go, Arsenal. Need to be professional, right? Need to be professional. We have injury concerns. We have probably one of the worst injury concerns in the Premier League at the moment. We just need to be professional, win game by game, win the games that are in front of you. And it's the home record, really. This home record, the stadium needs to have a perfect record. So far, only Man City have held us at the stadium, a 1-1 draw. And looks a long, quick throw by Calafiori. Martinelli. Looks like Brentford clear it. Calafiori does well, and it's going to go out for a goal kick. So some good early pressure by Arsenal. And you expect that, right? Playing at home. You expect us to. Just sometimes got to watch the camera. Sometimes it goes out of focus. Yeah, Keller is going to think those balls, and we just got to be careful. We need support for our two defenders, Ouattara and Shada, two strikers up front. Normally teams come to the Emirates just playing a lone striker or sometimes no striker. Martinelli goes down, foul. Not sure what for, maybe a slight nudge on the back. There's Saliba and Gabriel watching on. Arsenal have a stacked bench, right? We got Timbers on if we need to bring out some defensive solidarity. We got Bukayo Saka on the bench. He's being rested. Gyökeres and Jesus not quite fit. Calafiori playing on Martinelli, but Brentford clear that. Oh, Hincapi sliding tackle to recover that. It's good. Good recovery from Hincapi. Gave the ball away and then got it back. End to end so far. We just need to settle down. Mosquera. Odegaard. Good to see Odegaard back. Always trying to make something happen when he has the ball. It's always good to see. It's a bit controversial in the fan base, right? I mean, some people are mixed on him. Corner Arsenal. What can we do? We haven't scored from a corner in one match. Last time against Bayern Munich. Timber's not on to score again. Can Mosquera or Hincapi score for us? Or Calafiori or Ben White. We still got tall players in there. Lovely delivery. Goes out to Madueke. Here's Martinelli. Oh, he tried to dang and he just pulled back the player. Referee. Listen, look. Martinelli tried to not make the defender, blocked it, and then Martinelli just pulled him down. Really, 4 minutes in. If this was the London Derby weekend and that was Anthony Taylor, that would have been a yellow card to Martinelli already. I think that's one of the worst things from that game, right? Just that Anthony Taylor booking all the players. He booked like 3 of our back four in that first half. And Zubimendi. So it's just crazy. I think we had like 6 yellow cards. Second half, I think Lewis Kelly. How am I saying his name? I keep mixing up Lewis Kelly. Miles Lewis Kelly, yeah? Still, I'm 30 seconds behind the stream. I mean, it's just unbelievable, isn't it? Lewis Kelly, yeah. So, oof, long for opportunity for Brentford here. How are we going to deal with it? Corner. Ayer. Calafiori was pressuring him. So here we go. Let's go. So first corner we had, didn't really do much with it. First corner for Brentford. We drew this last season. We got to make up those points, right? So far we've made up 9 points. We got to win. We got to win, especially the home matches. Corner to Brentford. 6 minutes in. Ooh, that's going to go all the way out for a goal kick. Looked like a lovely delivery at first from Jensen, but I just went way too far. I think he's expecting a 3 or 4 meter tall player in his team. Raya to Odegaard. Hincapi playing out from the back. Gotta be careful with the 2 strikers that Brentford have up top. Oof. Marino just got a hit in there. Almost ricocheted to a Brentford player. Arsenal have a 70% probability to win this game. See, I don't like stuff like that, Just jinxing us. Why would you jinx us? Lovely from Raya to find Odegaard. He's got Ben White. Good to see Ben White back in the lineup. Madueke. He's going to take him on. Good. Oh, lovely to find Ben White, and he just cut it back. I don't know if he was looking or if he knew if anybody was there. Lovely from Madueke to find Ben White, but he just gave it. Cutback was to nobody. It was to a Brentford player. But good positive signs so far. Here's Martinelli. Calafiori's made the run. He's got Zubimendi. Here's back to Hincapi, to Mosquera. Here we go. Rebuilding. Ben White finding Odegaard to Madueke. As you'd expect, Brentford sitting back. It's not going to be the same tempo game as the weekend. We can relax a little, play with the ball. It's got to watch those breaks. Madueke, he's going to take his man on again against Rico Henry, who's a solid Premier League left back. There's Odegaard. Zubimendi to Mosquera. Madueke with a almost dangerous pass back to Hincapi. Here's Calafiori. He lays it off to Martinelli, and Martinelli whips a ball in. It's headed into the air by Brentford, but Arsenal should recover it, and Mosquera gets it, and it passes all the way back to Raya. Raya finding Madueke. Lovely touch. Taking it in a stride. He's going to take his man on again. It's one thing I like about Madueke, his directness. Something that we lack sometimes. Calafiori's wide open. Odegaard going for a shot when Calafiori was wide open and asking for it. There was a lot of bodies in there. I don't know why Odegaard, he decided to take a shot himself. Back to Odegaard. He's been a focal pinpoint in the game so far. He's been asking for all the balls, trying to make something happen. Rice. Brentford famously beat us in their first game ever in the Premier League away at their stadium. It was the opening game 2021-22 season, was it? Yeah, 2021-22 season. Lovely from Madueke for Ben White. Ball is in, and oh, Merino! Who needs Gyökeres when you got Mikel Merino? Lovely play. Madueke and Ben White's link up was excellent there, and we take a lead 10 minutes in. Yo, Gyökeres, come on, show Gyökeres on the bench. That's what's typically what they're gonna do, right? But I mean, we are spoiled, guys. Absolutely spoiled for choice, right? We have our three natural strikers all out injured, and we got Mikel Merino, who's a midfielder playing as a striker, and I mean it's such a striker's goal though as well. Okay, here we go. Here's the build up. Madueke, lovely back heel to play Ben White, and Ben White's deliveries are always perfect. And look at that, right into the ground from Mikel Merino. No chance for Kelleher. He's a good goalie, but there's no chance for that. Such a lovely header as well. Second header in a row. It's near Kelleher, but the fact that he headed into the ground, and that's what you always learn at school, right? When you're playing, it's like when you get a header into the ground, it's gonna put the goalie off. Okay, we take the lead. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. Be careful there. Calafiori. Now Brentford are attacking. Ooh, ball in. Dangerous ball in. Oof. It's a corner. Calafiori does clear it. It's Brentford suddenly came alive there after they conceded. A lot of people saying Brentford were going to go down after Thomas Frank left, and then they lost who? They lost Wizza, they lost Mbuemo, and they lost Norgard. Norgard, who was their captain. But they've done very well this season. It's not a corner, it's a throw. No, it is a corner. I thought she said it was a corner. Yeah, it was a corner. Brentford taking a throw in. I think they'd prefer a long throw in than a corner. But the assistant referee is saying, nope, I waved the corner here, not a throw in. Let's go. Yeah, here we go. Another corner for Brentford. It's a much better delivery this time, and Madueke clears. Good to see the stadium is packed. Can imagine it's a bit chilly in London at the moment. Ben White does well. I think that's going to go in for a Brentford player does well there. Let's kick it up for a throw in instead of a goal kick. Well, good to see Benny Blanco back in the lineup. Timber is next level, but I think that Ben White is a very good player to have good backup, and he can play centre back if you need him to. I mean, hopefully we never have that issue. Just clears that. Mikel Arteta animated as always on the sideline. I think Keith Andrews, is that the Brentford manager's name? Yeah, Keith Andrews. We haven't really got a hold of the game so far. Since scoring, it's been Brentford who've been on top. They got a sudden energy burst. And again, Dango this time, ball going out for a goal kick, and he does well to get there and push it up for a throw-in. Don't do the best clearance there. Odegaard's complaining about something. We need to get control back of this game. And we need that second goal to really put some distance between us and Brentford. Here's Odegaard. No foul given. He took a tumble. And the ball is back to Brentford again. Again, we can't get two passes together. I want to see us get two passes together. Mosquera. That counts as a pass to Martinelli. Here's Odegaard. Madueke. He's got Benny Blanco. He's done well. He's got a shot out of Kelleher there. He's done well. Unfortunately, it was straight at Kelleher, but he did well. And that's what I mean. The directness of Madueke is, rather appreciated. And that's what happens when you get 2, 3, 4, 5 passes together. You make a chance. You create something. And here we go. Back on the ball again. Here's Odegaard. Madueke attempting to make a run, but Odegaard deciding against it. Here's Hincapi. Declan Rice. Finding Martinelli. Here we go. He's got space here to make a run. He's got Benny Blanco. And into the side netting. Going for a shot there, Ben White. He's no stranger to scoring from crosses, is he? Did a couple against Chelsea. Good for Martinelli to find him. And I think he was going for a shot there. Well, he's trying to just play it across field. They're showing the Madueke chance. He did well to get past this. Rico Henry's got his hand full, isn't he? Madueke is doing very well. Obviously, good to see Saka getting a rest. So we've got 72% possession so far with 4 attempts to none. David Raya under some pressure. Does well to find Ben White, but a little bit too much on him. It goes out for a throw to Brentford. Knowing the games we got coming up, this gotta win your home games. Hincapié's clearance finding Brentford, but Odegaard does well. To Calafiori, good. To relieve some pressure. He's probably going to play Zubimendi. Nope. He's got Declan Rice. Back to Hincapié. After this game, we got Aston Villa away. As we said earlier, it's going to be a tough game. Although our last 2 visits to Villa Park have ended in victories for us, but you never know if that's Aston Villa team. And then after that, we got a Champions League game against Club Brugge. And then a home game against Wolves. And then it's away to Everton. And Everton have been mixed so far at their new stadium. Looks like it's another corner. Is it a corner or a throw? And not quite see. I'm just yawning because it's early morning here, not because I'm sleepy. Oh, the game is boring. Game is okay. Good end to end. So another corner to Brentford. They're getting there, racking these up, aren't they? Much better, and David Raya does well to deal with it. And Ben White's clearance wasn't the best cleared header by Ben White, falling right to a Brentford player, and he was getting ready to blast that. I think it was Dango, and then Ben White does well to just get his body in the way, block that. It's another corner up to Brentford. Both hands up in the air, and what happened there? Did I hit the post? Oh man, it looked like it went in and out, but I think that was Shada. Dangerous. We gotta stop these set pieces from Brentford. Gotta wake up. Stop giving him corners and free kicks. If you keep racking up, you're gonna score from one of them. Statistically. We got off with a warning there, just telling us to just wake up. We're playing at home. We should be playing like the home team. Let's come on. Kelleher, long ball in. Shada is there, but it's going to bounce all the way to David Raya. He's in no rush to take it. Just it's telling everyone to calm down. Yeah, so it's David Raya. He actually got a hand to that. So David Raya with an incredible save there. Oof. He tipped it onto the post. Oh my god. Excellent. Good reflexes there from David Raya. You're lucky there. That is a warning. You look at stuff like that. Mikel Merino just whopping the ball upfield to Martinelli, and then Brentford get the ball back. Odegaard does well to get a foot in there. They're good defensive play. Just need to settle down. It looks like Brentford drank some Red Bull after they conceded. Took some supplement or something. They were completely... They're playing quite differently than they were in the opening 10 minutes. Here's Ben White. Arsenal potentially looking for the second goal to kill this momentum by Brentford. Here's Zubimendi. Calafiori, no, Rice. Deflected, but back to... Is Rice going to get there? Rice will get there. Of course he will. Martinelli. Calafiori. Calafiori trying to play it in through to Madueke. Doesn't quite get it, but Brentford don't have the numbers we do and at the back, so we recover. Just keep the ball, relieve some pressure, take the sting out of the game at the moment. Ben White to Madueke. Rico Henry's right on him. So Brentford are pushing us at the moment. David Raya trying to play a ball. Nobody's in the middle though. You'd expect somebody like Gyökeres to be in the middle, but with Merino dropping into midfield every so often. Ooh, dangerous pass, but Mosquera does well. Referee, again, he's been consistent. Mosquera's shirt was pulled there. He does well there, Mosquera. Again, if it was, again, like, I don't know, Zubimendi trying to play a quick ball over the top for Odegaard and Merino. Oof, yes. Thank you for that. Forgot to update the score table. Embarrassing from me. Keep forgetting to update the score table every single time. There's Odegaard. Benny Blanco and Martinelli, Merino, Rice all looking frustrated there with Ben White's cross. What a save by David Raya. Shada is he's a threat, isn't he? That's why, you know, you need that second goal. It's gonna be risky. Ben White, Odegaard, Mosquera does well. Odegaard and well, it's a bit ping pong there. Ball going back and forth. And you're playing with fire if you don't score a second goal. It's going to be because if once in the second half, Brentford are going to bring on Igor Thiago and he's going to be a handful as well. Ben White wins the header. He did well there. Here's Odegaard. Oh, Raya with a dangerous ball. I don't know why. Zubimendi had 2-3 players around him. Why would you put him in that position? Zubimendi does well to get it to Hincapi, but it's just an unnecessary play there. And Madueke does well against Henry. Referee's given a foul for that. It did look like a tug, but I mean... I mean, they were holding each other, right? I think the referee is just... I don't know if that's a foul. I guess you could argue both ways. Mosquera's done well against Shada. Foul. Referee still... Again... It's refreshing, right? It's a different stakes game. You know, stakes are lower. You don't have two rivals. It is technically a London derby. I think Brentford are in London, but it's less fiery. It's not less energetic. It's not less entertaining. Martinelli, little tug. Trying to take it quick, finding Ben White. Here's Madueke. Always looking to make something happen, Madueke. He finds Calafiori back to Ben White. And Odegaard, no, that was Martinelli's shot. It just blasted that. Lovely play. Again, Madueke, always, he gets the ball. He's trying to make something happen. He does well to find Calafiori back heel to Ben White. And then, I mean, guy, it's an improvement, right? And I think that ball was bouncing and Martinelli just couldn't catch it right. Well, Nkempi and Mosquera have done well so far. Brentford's only big chance really coming from that corner. I didn't quite see who was marking Shada there. And Shada does well. Without even looking at the ball, jumps for a header. Mosquera's done well so far, winning the aerial duels against Shada. There's Marino, Ben White. Marino does well. Tries to play Martinelli. Good touch. Just out-muscled there by the defender. I'm looking at other results. Brighton 2-0 up against Aston Villa. Martinez injured in the pre-game warm-up. Still 0-0 Burnley and Crystal Palace, and no goals between Wolves and Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest look like they're on top in that game. We're about 15 minutes away from kickoff for the Leeds-Chelsea game. Let's see the Chelsea lineup. Interesting. So Reece James being rested for that. So Reece James isn't playing. Santos and Gittins coming in. So is Tosin and Badiashile. Looks like, again, they're making a lot of rotation there from Chelsea. Liverpool, on the other hand, they want to continue and get another win. Salah dropped again for them. Salah dropped, and looks like Kirkes, and no... I think Bradley's injured, so it's Gomez starting at right back. Well, we missed something there. It's a corner to Arsenal. Looks like Madueke is gonna take the corner. If I had to name, no, Odegaard's coming, giving him some advice. No, Odegaard's gonna take it. No advice. If we had to give a rating so far, I would say that Madueke has been our most lively player. Obviously, Marino scored. Corner Arsenal. Can we do one better than... Well, no, Odegaard just giving it back to Madueke and kind of halted progress, but Zubimendi has it. Declan Rice back to Madueke. Brings the ball in, but it's not the best cross. Doesn't beat the first man. Back to Madueke, though. Again, tried to do the back heel. He did well to win it back. Here's Odegaard. Declan Rice bursting upfield. Declan Rice. And blocked for another corner. Yeah, when Declan Rice gets that ball, Look at him. He just takes it again like a steam engine. You don't want to get close to him. He's running at such a pace and with such power. You can't get the ball off him. And if you do anything, then you're going to commit a foul. Okay, so Madueke is going to be taking it. The first one, not quite. His cross earlier didn't quite beat the first man. Can he get a better delivery in here? Because normally you got Seka who has brilliant deliveries. Again, it's a terrible corner. It's lofted into the air by Brentford, pushing and shoving, and then they ended up clearing it. It's not a good corner from Madueke. I think Odegaard should be taking these. Maybe give him one more chance. He's been very good with everything else so far. Here's Rice. Playing it in and then not really finding anybody. And now we're out of position. No Calafiori to be... Calafiori... No, there he is. I was going to say no Calafiori to be seen. He does well. Riccardo Calafiori. 33 against 33. And... going to go out for a goal kick. He's just next level, right? Calafiori, I mean, people argue Timber's the best right back in the league. I mean, if he can stay fit, I'd argue Calafiori's up there. Top 3 best left backs in the league. He's very good. I mean, the thing is, Calafiori is so good that when Lewis Skelly comes on, ball over the top by Odegaard, Cala does well to get it out. Again, Mosquera has got... He's playing with... Mosquera's what? 21, 22? He's 21. He's playing like 31-year-old, right? He's playing with so much experience. The plays he makes... The defensive IQ of that player is very good. And Hincapi is only 23 as well. I mean, it's a back line for years to come, right? And what you do is you just keep improving on it. Kiwi came in, and Kiwi was very good last season when Gabriel was out injured. And then it's such a team that, I love this, right? You have Gabriel and Saliba, who are probably the best defensive partnership in the world. And then if one of them is rested or out injured, you bring in somebody else next to them. You bring in a Hincapi or a Mosquera, and they learn from the other player. The other player just improves them, gives them 5-10 ability points just starting next to them. Odegaard puts himself into a little bit of a pickle, but gets out. It's just so good on the ball. When Odegaard has the ball, it's just incredible. Mosquera trying to play a through ball. It's intercepted by Brentford. Ben White and Madueke just running into each other there. And Hincapi does well. Rice. Lovely, lovely play. Declan Rice. He's got Madueke. Ooh. Corner. I think Henry did well to put off Madueke there. I think he blocked the shot. What a lovely pass from Declan Rice. Look at that. Lovely play. I mean, it's a great play altogether. And look at this pass. And then Henry. I mean, he just got there in front of Madueke, didn't he? I mean, Madueke was coming in. Madueke did get a shot. It's just blocked by Henry. Okay, Madueke, what can you do? His last 2 deliveries have been lacking. Again, he's just not getting it past the first man. Odegaard brings it back in and nobody's there for it. There's Rice. This will be Mendy to Ben White. Finds Madueke. Madueke again. Again he goes for a cross and again it doesn't. It's too low to beat the first man. There's Rice. There's White to Odegaard. Again, Odegaard over the top. Scuffed clearance by Brentford and Declan Rice does well. And little mix up there from Brentford and Henry did well. Madueke was on one-on-one. Mosquera does well to win the header. Zubimendi. It's a foul against Brentford, and the player's complaining that he was pulling my shirt. I think both players were pulling each other's shirts there. So 5 minutes to go until halftime. We'll look at the other results at halftime. So far, so good. You just, in the Premier League, in general in football, right? You want that second goal just to have a little bit of a bumper between you and the opposition team. Zubimendi. Odegaard back to Merino. He's gone for it himself. I mean, you got to be like next level to pull that off. But I like the effort, though, from Merino. Yeah, just a volley that's gone flying into Rosie. Not the worst effort in the world. I like the idea. They're showing Gyökeres there. Does Arteta bring in Gyökeres at halftime or around the hour mark? It's Havertz looking on. Havertz, he's missed so many games. It just feels like he's not even part of the club anymore. A handball against Brentford. Saying it's touched his face. Look, Ajer is in hysteria at the moment. I don't know if that hit his arm. Did that hit his arm? I mean, the Arsenal players were all claiming it. So Mosquera's down here. That doesn't... Again, it's not good, Timber's getting ready to come on. I mean, if Mosquera comes off, I'm guessing Ben White's gonna drop into centre back. No. He's getting his clothes back on. I mean, Calafiori can come on as well, definitely. They're just checking him. Not sure what's going on. That was funny. Hincapi was just patting Mosquera on the head, and the medical, the staff members, he's just saying, hey, stop that. It's just that header, last header he won against Sharda. It just landed awkwardly on his leg. I mean, hopefully it's nothing too serious. You already have Galiba and Galiba. I keep saying Galiba. You already have Saliba and Gabriel injured. Please don't come off. Hopefully it's just a precaution. No, Timber's undressed. Timber's coming on. Mosquera's coming off. And I wonder if... Yeah, I mean, another injury concern. It's just unbelievable, right? Every game seems like we're picking up injuries. No, every second game, literally every second game, somebody's getting injured. And Mosquera's off. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. He is walking unassisted, so I hope it's just a little precaution. And Timber's coming on. Timber, I think Timber might be slotting into centre back. Ben White's staying out on the right wing. Right back. Declan Rice playing it upfield. Madueke does well. Throw in Arsenal. I think Timber more than... I'm not sure. I think he can play centre back. But it is a bit of a mixed bag when you keep having to take players out of position every time. Mosquera was doing very well against Shada. He was winning most of those aerial duels. Here's Martinelli. Just losing it. Well, you're in Timber. Don't think he expected to be on so early in this game. I think when you look at the we're on 45 minutes now, some added time. I think when you look at the game overall, I think that Martinelli's been a bit of a weak point. Madueke has been very active, even though some of his crosses have not been the best. His crosses and his corner kick deliveries. I think that his build-up play for the goal was very good, and he's doing well against Henry here, always taking him on, causing problems. I think Odegaard's been involved heavily, but he's just not had the chance to create anything at the moment. Declan Rice and Zubimendi active as always. I think Merino's put in a shift. As we said earlier, I think it was the Bayern Munich game or the Chelsea game that, the attackers are coming back, but now it's the defenders that are getting injured. And I think defense for us is more important. Here, Madueke does well again here against Henry and just couldn't find the end ball. I think he ended up dribbling himself into a little trap there. I don't know if that's a free kick or a throw-in or a foul to Brentford against Hincapi. So Henry is having a bit of a tough game against Madueke. I mean, I think in the second half, maybe you take off Martinelli, you bring on Saka. This game is by no means over. I mean, Brentford are one, throw-in or goal corner kick away from leveling this game. So that's where you need that. And it's Kelleher now, and he's got a free kick. He's going to biff this into the box. It's a nice ball by Kelleher, and I think Ben White does well. Here's Calafiori. And Merino is saying it went off Shada, but it's going to be a throw-in. Long throw-in, sorry, for Brentford. And scuffed clearance by Madueke, but Calafiori, he's not gonna get there. Another throw into Brentford. A minute left. You don't want to concede from last play of the game, half. Let's deal with this. Timber does well. Coyote's ball is wild. Goes out for a goal kick, and I think there should be half time. Yep, half time. Well, half time. What on earth did I just type there? What is that? So halftime thoughts on this game. Looks like so Arsenal lead 1-0 here against Brentford at halftime at the Emirates Stadium. It's a lovely ball from Ben White cross to find Marino to put us 1-0 in front. By no means have we dominated this game. We've had chances, and Brentford have had one big chance. Kevin Schade hitting headering it at goal from a corner, and David Raya with a great reflex save to push it against the post. That's the closest Brentford have come. We've had a couple of chances. Again, nothing clear cut apart from the goal. We're just lacking that end product at the moment. I think Madueke, his build-up has been good. He's getting into positions, but his final ball has not been the best. And we just need a little bit of luck in that second half. I think definitely Rice, Zubimendi, they've all done well. Odegaard's trying to get into the game. And also Martinelli is not quite there at the moment, is he? I think that's why with Martinelli, you gotta bring him on as a substitute. I don't think he has that pace, right? He doesn't have that creativity. So when we get the ball in our build up, something that Trossard does is you get the ball to Trossard. Sometimes he drops back and he's looking to build up like Odegaard. Sometimes like Saka. But with Madueke and Martinelli, we're going a more direct route. And I think that with Martinelli, he just doesn't have that creativity in him. You know, he just needs to come off. He needs to come off from the bench in the second half, and he might nick a goal for you. But, you know, I think in the second half, definitely maybe take off Martinelli for Eze just to get more control into the game, or bring on Saka and put Martinelli on the left, or put Saka on the left. Who knows? Let's see what Arteta does, and also definitely take off one of. I mean, I'd love to take off one of Zubimendi or Rice, rest him for the weekend. But this game's not over yet. We got 45 minutes, and Brentford have, had their chances from throw-ins, and they've been dangerous. They've only had that one header from the corner, but you just don't want that. You don't want those numbers racking up. So just looking at the stats, and of course, disappointing to see Mosquera come off. Hopefully it's just a precaution, but Mosquera coming off and Yuri and Timber coming on for him. So we've had 8 shots today, 3, 1 shot on target for them, 2 for us. We've had bulk of the possession, 67% possession. We've had obviously higher expected goals. We're sitting on 0.61 expected goals at the moment. 2 big chances today, 1. And I think the big chances for us, it's got to be the Marino goal, and also the who took that shot? Was it Madueke? He took a shot, yeah, and Kelleher saved. And obviously they had that Schade chance. Looking at other results, Aston Villa have clawed their way back. 6 minutes added on in that second half, and Ollie Watkins scored, and then somebody equalized. Doesn't quite say here who equalized for them, but Brighton just bottling that game. That win would have put Brighton into 3rd place, but Now Aston Villa climb up to third. Crystal Palace have taken the lead against Burnley, as you expect. I think Burnley and Leeds. Whoa, 8 minutes in, and Leeds have taken the lead against Chelsea. And Liverpool and Sunderland still 0-0. Still just started that game, but already, if Leeds can hang on, Leeds climb all the way up to 16th. And Burnley are further down on the relegation zone. And a loss for Chelsea means not only are they going to be 9 points off us if it carries on like this, they're going to be 4 points off second place Man City. And I think if they lose, I think you got to just... If Chelsea lose to Leeds, I think you got to cross them out of the title race, really. 9 points behind. I don't think so. And a heavily rotated team as well, I think. Oh, just losing some focus there. Yeah, we're back here again. Oopsie daisy. Real Madrid playing earlier. Mbappe scoring 2 goals. They beat Athletic Club. Bit of a down... I think they were on a bit of a spiral. I think they had like 3 draws, didn't they? What's the form looking like? Yeah, they had 3 draws in a row in the league. So they're a point behind Barcelona now. In other news, do we have any championship games? I think we should have some championship games. Bayern Munich are beating Union Berlin in the German Cup. Italian Cup is Inter beating Venezia. I just thought there was some championship games. Championship is a bit interesting this year. No championship games. Yeah, Coventry with a 10-point lead over Middlesbrough. And you want to see that, right? Coventry and Middlesbrough up there. Millwall, Stoke, Preston, Bristol. All the top 6 teams we haven't seen in the Premier League for a while. I think most recent, probably Middlesbrough or Stoke. Even then, Stoke I haven't seen them in the Premier League in a very, very long time. And outside of that, in 7th place is Ipswich. I mean, what are the relegated teams? Ipswich in 7th place. Who else was relegated last year? With Southampton, who are on 14th, and Leicester, who are in 16th. Leicester, wow. 2 losses on the bounce. Wrexham, the Hollywood team. Undefeated in 5, 3 draws though. So Leeds beating Chelsea at the moment, 1-0. And I mean, look, Chelsea, we're 12 minutes into their game and Leeds already have 5 shots. So Chelsea, I don't know if it's the rotation or what, but they haven't made a good start to that game. Dreadful start to that game from Chelsea. Liverpool, on the other hand, again, when you look at the game against Sunderland, the surprise team this season, holding Arsenal at home, of course, but they're away at Anfield. Well, hopefully Mosquera's injury isn't too bad. So what's going on with Arsenal, right? Why are we picking up so many injuries? Apart from the obvious, there's too many games. Apart from that obvious, why are we picking up injuries left, right, and center? So we got players coming back. We got one in, one out policy at the moment. What is up with the focus on this camera? Yeah. All right, look, just keep the focus like this. Like, why we gotta get blurry and all that? Oh, I think I know something interesting. I forgot my light. Vroom. Let's bring some nice ambience to the room. Ah, there we go. Focus is good. See, I mean, I'm gonna complain, right? I'm gonna complain now about Sky Sport in New Zealand. So New Zealand have their own Sky Sport. Maybe it's owned by the same Sky Sport in the UK, but I'm 30 seconds behind live coverage. That's okay. I can live with that, right? It's only a problem if if I have viewers and then people are spoiling the game. That's the only problem. But yeah, focus is good. But there's no like halftime coverage. Like, there's some halftime info. Look at that. Attacking threat. So after Brentford conceded, they had a bit of a surge in their attacking threat, but then it just shriveled down again. Probably that's when they hit the post. Ben White, most touches, 30 passes. Yeah, Ben White's done well. Is this good? Yeah, focus should be fine. Yeah, Madueke has done well. I mean, just this end product, he needs to sort that out. He shouldn't be taking corners in the first place as well. His corners have been very lacking. Yeah, look at that. Our next 6 fixtures: Aston Villa away, Wolves at home, Everton away, and then back-to-back home games against Brighton and again Aston Villa. And then we go into the new year away at Bournemouth. Now, hoping that Bournemouth carry on this crap form they're on at the moment. They started the season well, but then they've fallen off all of a sudden. Not sure what's going on at Bournemouth. Yeah, I think we're almost ready for the second half to kick off. Why is it 44:59? There we go. Teams coming out for the second half here. Merino back out. No Gyökeres at the moment. No Jesus, Gyökeres. See, that's apart from winning the game comfortably, you want a comfortable 2-3 goal lead because then you want to bring on Jesus, you want to bring on Norgard, you want to rest some players, right? We don't want to make this an intense game. There's Odegaard just telling the team to. Just getting ready to get the second half underway. Referee blows his whistle, and second half is on the way here. Ooh, lovely from Declan Rice, and Martinelli just couldn't control it. Ishada for Brentford, and Timber gives away a foul, and Declan Rice can't believe that a foul's been given for that. Well, against Chelsea, we conceded right after half time from a set piece, and it was a very similar situation to this. They had a free kick on the edge of the box, not really edge of the box, maybe 30 yards out, but they Reece James whipped the ball in for Pedro. Oof, dangerous. Ball in. We should be able to deal with that. We do. It goes out for a goal kick. David Raya. There's Rice to Merino, and the Brentford defender gets there. Here's Calafiori. Well, what a stage in the season, right? I mean, Saliba, Gabriel injured, and then your reserve, probably your third best centre back is out injured as well. So you're down to your fourth option, and you got to bring in your first choice right back to play as centre back. I mean, listen, if we go to win, if we're going to go win the league, I mean, just hold that thought. Attacking opportunity for Brentford, and I think there's Ben White wasn't expecting that ball to come to his head, so he just come off his head for a corner there. I mean, if we win the league with this many injury problems, it's a massive accomplishment. Yeah, I don't think the Invincibles had both Torre and Campbell out injured for this prolonged period of time. Camera zoomed in on Shada. Gotta watch out for Shada. The ball looks like it went over the top. Yeah, but too much on that. So it's going to go out for a goal kick. 4 minutes into the second half. Five minutes has flown by here in the second half. Nothing's happened really. There's been White. Oof. Brentford have the ball back. I think it's Ayer. And you're finding Shada, and Ben White's going to get back for Henry's and lovely tackle. It's another corner kick, and again, similar to the first half, Brentford just keep racking up these corners. We've had 4. This is the 6th corner for Brentford. Oh, man. Come on, deal with it. Yeah, Hincapi does well. Cleared out. And Henry back to Kelleher. Oh, and Timber loses out on that header, and I think it's Ager in there. And another corner. Oh, man. We just can't get Brentford out of our box, out of our half, can we? And Raya does well for this corner. He does just trying to play it quick to Rice. I mean, we just need to settle down, guys. You know, not doing quick, giving the ball away quickly isn't solving our problems. We have it back now, and Rice has it back. Just signaling for everybody just to calm down. We haven't really had the ball for an extended period this half. Raya plays it over the top to Madueke, and that's going to go out for a throw-in. I mean, it's always a tense game when we play Brentford at home. I think last season was a 1-0 draw. The season before, we needed a late winner from Havertz to win 2-1. Declan Rice nobody's really got any control. We just need control in this game. And Kepi does well. Zubmendi. And that's a poor flick on by Brentford. And Marino's ball isn't the best to find Madueke. It's Kelleher. Marino's giving chase, but Kelleher does well. And plenty of space here for Brentford. Whoops. Who's that player for Brentford? Coyote. He's the one who's been taking the long throws for them. Ball in, and Raya does well to claim that as well. Here's Rice. Playing Martinelli. He's pressured by Shada. And he's going down holding his ankle. No, please, not an injury. Not an injury. He looks fine. I think it's just a little bit of a... Yeah, trying to get a foul there. Nothing's going to happen from that. Martinelli's good. It's Calafiori. Back to Timber. No, I was looking at the Premier League fixture list to finish the season. Last 5 games of the season. So we played Man City, we played Man City at the Etihad, and then we got 5 games left in the season. And to finish the season off, we're playing away at Selhurst Park, and Man City are playing at home against Aston Villa. And knowing Unai Emery and the hard-on that lovely play by Rice to find Merino, and can't quite find somebody in the middle, but good play from Hincapié, Calafiori, Merino, and Rice there. So knowing Aston Villa and Emery, depending how far ahead they are in the Europa League and what they're fighting for in the Premier League, if they're fighting for a Champions League spot in the Premier League, I think he might play a strong team. If they're in the final of the Europa League, then Emery's going to play the under-15s in that game. Anything to stop us from winning the league. So you gotta be going into that final fixture not hoping for anything from Man City or Aston Villa. Because if we go into that final game of the season as we did 2 seasons ago when they played West Ham at home, then it's gonna be the same outcome. Unfortunately, I don't think. I mean, it's still a long way to go. We've still got, three quarters of a season to go. Calafiori does well, and Merino does well to clear it back to Ben White. Ben White's he's done well this game. Madueke still hasn't turned up in the second half. There's Odegaard. Good to find Calafiori drifting into midfield. Mendy to Odegaard. Odegaard to Rice. Martinelli does well to get to the byline, but Rice does well there as well. Declan Rice. Good. Back to Hincapié. Dangerous pass. Calafiori has Timber. Brentford all out now. Timber finds Martinelli, does well. Again, nobody's up front to play that ball. Odegaard, Merino trying to make a run, but Merino's not the type of player who's going to get that ball, over the top ball from Odegaard and make a sprint to goal. He's going to hold it up. Here's Madueke. He did fall down, and Merino tried to get the 1-2 back to him, but he was on the ground before. Was that a foul or... Timber does well. Here's Zubimendi. Kepi to Rice. Martinelli. Martinelli loses it. Martinelli's not up to pace at the moment, is he? I think you think about substitution. It's already the hour mark. I think this is when you bring on Gyökeres and Saka. Merino's struggling as well up there, and Shada ball through. Brentford have numbers here. Ball back in, and Zubimendi does well. Here's Rice. Rice over the top ball to find. It's not gonna get to Madueke. Ben White does well. Merino. Madueke's touch just a little. Just we're slowly getting into the game, right? It was not the best start to the second half. We're slowly growing into it, but now we need to make some changes of our own, because now Brentford are bringing on a triple substitution. It looks like Henderson, Damsgaard, and Igor. Jordan Henderson has been a good signing. Looks like we got bringing on a couple of players. Eze and Saka's coming on. Where's Gyökeres? We need Gyökeres. Yeah, so just Saka and Eze. So Martinelli is off for Eze as expected. At hour mark, let's see what's going on in the other games. No changes still. Leeds very much in front against Chelsea. Chelsea have gone into that game. Liverpool still scoreless against Sunderland. And the other results still the same. And it was Ollie Watkins for double to level up things against Brighton. So it's still 2-2 in that game. So Madueke and Martinelli off, so both wingers are replaced for us. I think maybe five more minutes, and then maybe brings on Gyökeres. Merino. Zubimendi to Raya. Ben White, I think it might have gone out. Well, the official's saying it's gone out. Don't really make anything out of it. Was it out or offside? Not quite sure. The second half has settled down a bit. Brentford were on top in the first 10 minutes, but they've not really done anything last few. It's been us who've been trying to find a second goal. They haven't had any shots. No one's had shots in the second half. Been a pretty dull second half so far. Rice does well. Good recovery, and then gives it away. Dangerous now for Brentford. Here's Henderson. Oh, Ben White. Dangerous pass to Raya there. Raya was enough at the end, but one of those heart in your mouth passes. Mendy to Hincapi. Hincapi to find Eze. Good touch. Foul against Ayode. Oh. With a pretty dull second half. You'd want it to, if it's gonna stay dull, you'd want it to go all the way to the 90th minute and stay dull. Shirt pull, and it's gonna be the first yellow card of the game for Brentford. Yeah, I mean, it's a blatant pull there from Yarmouk. Yarmouk. Declan Rice with a free kick. It's a lovely. Oof, I thought it was going to go to somebody's head there. Calafiori, perhaps. Odegaard's got pressure. Gives it back to Zubimendi. Here's Raya. Got Saka. He does find good pass to Saka from Raya to get him going. Here's Bukayo Saka. That looks like his first touch of the half. Since coming on. Here's White. Good delivery from White. Here's Declan Rice. Calafiori. He does well. And Calafiori and Kelleher does. And I don't know what. Marino, I don't know why Kelleher left it for Marino, and Marino didn't go for it. He's trying to get a penalty. I don't think there's a penalty in that. But it looked like Kelleher was going to get to it, but Marino just left it and then took a tumble. I think because the fact that Kelleher left it, I think if Marino went for it and then, did a little cutback, chance there. It was Calafiori with a nice shot that Kelleher had to stretch for. So first shot of the game is Rice. Raya does well there. Snuff out a chance. Marino, a lovely ball to set up Odegaard. There's Rice. Wanting a foul there. Referee not giving one. Rice looks tired there. Henry trying to find Coyote, but Calafiori does well, and Eze does well as well. Here's Rice. Good to find Calafiori. And again, when Eze is on, sure you don't have the. Sure you have that creativity and out on the left-hand side, but then you don't have that Martinelli who's just sprinting up and down the field. It's something you're lacking. Here's Saka. Damsgaard does well against Saka. It's a throw into Arsenal. Arsenal wanting that second goal. So here's a replay of that chance. Calafiori did well. Good save from Kelleher. And then Kelleher just slid and stood as... Looks like he slid. There is contact from Kelleher on Marino, but it's one of those things where Marino's gone in himself trying to generate contact, if anything. Then Kelleher actually putting his leg out or knee out. I think Kelleher's trying to cut back his knee, avoid any contact. Here's Eze, Marino. Rice, he's got Calafiori on the outside. He's going to cut in, and he goes for the shot. And was there an offside there? It was a good save by Kelleher again, and again the rebound comes to Marino this time. And it just came quick it was quick to Marino. Yeah, I don't know if maybe he would have been offside if VAR checked it, but good shot from Declan Rice, and Kelleher does well. It's dropping low for him, so he does well to get down and make that save. And Marino just rebounds just too quick for Marino to react to it, so it goes out for a goal kick. Here's Eze. Another foul on Eze. Eze's been generating fouls against Brentford. Mikel Arteta looking a little bit nervous on the sideline, trying to stay cool. I think you get that second goal and you stay cool. And Brentford haven't done anything in the second half, but you just need that one chance, and then you're level in this game. Saka does well to hold off centre back. This Kelleher. Hincapié's had a solid game. "20 minutes to go at the Emirates. Arsenal 1-0 in front. And no foul. It looked like a push from Brentford on Hincapié. No foul given. Is there a foul in here? I mean, it is a foul, right? I mean, he it's not a shoulder. He shouldered him on his back from Thiago. I think that's a foul. Referee's not giving it, and Brentford here with a throw in, long throw in. And that's jumping into the air, and Calafiori looked like he was pulled back, but he does well to clear it. Good from Calafiori again. Cleared it. Ah, man, it's going to be a nerve-wracking finish to this game if we don't get a second goal. And Timber does well. Good interception to find Saka. And again, no foul. They're just pushing our players a little here. And the referee just kept saying, play on, play on, play on. So Brentford making two more substitutions. I think it's Collins and Lewis Potter who are coming on. Not seeing the Arsenal bench yet, but you know, you'd hope that Gyökeres comes on. I guess Arteta's thinking, if I bring on a striker, it looks like I'm going with the intent to attack, when in reality, you just want to hold on to this lead, but it's dangerous, right? And I think the team is professional enough to not concede and keep this 1-0, but you never know. Brentford are dangerous, and they've just put on their dangerous players. Look, Damsgaard, Thiago, all, you know, dangerous substitutions from them. And oof. We clear it. It's a throw into Arsenal, and I think Brentford might be making their substitutions now. Just looking at the other results, Aston Villa have taken the lead 2-0 down, and they've gone 3-2 up. Amadou Onana making it 3-2. In other results, Leeds have gone 2-0 up against Chelsea. Tanaka scoring just before half-time. Well, Chelsea. Liverpool half-time against Sunderland, it's 0-0. Nottingham Forest have taken the lead in the 72nd minute. Jesus scoring for Igor Jesus. And Wolves are, Wolves are dreadful, aren't they? And we're playing them next at the Emirates Stadium. Our next home game is against Wolves. I mean, they're just dreadful. But the shock is surely at the moment it's Leeds leading against Chelsea. That ball is going out of play by Brentford. So Lewis Potter and Collins on for Brentford. Got 15 minutes here in added time. It's been a pretty quiet second half. A couple of chances from Arsenal, a couple of shots, but nothing doing. Brentford haven't done anything, but still dangerous nonetheless. You'd want to see Gyökeres come on for a get some minutes under his belt before Aston Villa. I think you got to start Gyökeres against Aston Villa. I mean, Merino's very good, but you need give Merino a rest, perhaps. You know, don't drive him into the ground. Here's Saka. Hasn't really gotten into the game since coming on. And that pass just short to Calafiori, putting him in a bit of a difficult position. But Calafiori, being Calafiori, does well. And he does well, and Eze's gone down. Not sure why Eze took a tumble. I don't know if he was tripped by the Brentford player. And Brentford playing a ball over the top, putting us in sorts of trouble. Arsenal players need to get back here. Here's Yarmouk. Koyade. Here's Henderson. Here's Collins. Oh, dangerous ball in. It's another corner to Brentford. Hincapi does well to clear it. Clears it for a corner. Oh, I mean, yeah, Igor Thiago was there. If Hincapi didn't get his head to that, it was going right to him. I don't think Raya would have gotten out in time for that. I think it's Brentford's first corner since all their substitutions, and Declan Rice as well. They're giving chase here. And, oof, Eze does well. Here we go. Ooh, Declan Rice was on the ground. Ball by Calafiori to find Saka. It's not the best clearance, the wayward one from Henderson. And here's Merino. I just don't understand what Merino was doing there. We're just giving the ball away cheaply. I know he's expecting Odegaard to make a run. Odegaard's not that type of player. And then, oof, tackled by Merino. Referee saying play on, like he got the ball. It did look nasty from all the way up here, from the angle. Odegaard looks like he was going to lose the ball, but he's still held on to it. Here's Odegaard. Good turn. Saka. Took a tumble, but then got up again. Still has it. Puts the ball in and cleared out by Collins. Odegaard. Again Odegaard. To Saka. Somehow we still have the ball. Somehow. And Merino. To Calafiori. Back to Hincapi. So it's good. We've held on to the ball. It looked like when Odegaard and Saka had the ball there, they were going to lose it, but we still have it. Here's Rice. Does well to hold it up. Here's Calafiori. Back to Hincapi. Timber's been very solid since coming on for Mosquera. Not really. It does help that Brentford haven't done really anything in the second half. Saka to Ben White. To Merino. Back to Timber. Eze couldn't get through two players and gives up a foul. Just over 10 minutes remaining in normal time. Oh. Camera is good. Camera looks good, yeah. Oh, blurriness. Saka. Again, trying to play Marino through. Like, we keep doing these, trying to play these quick passes, but it's just not landing for us, is it? Ben White's header finds a Brentford play all the way back to Kelleher. Ball in the air, and Brentford have it back, trying to play a. Ooh, and was that Watara trying to play outside of Timber? But Timber does well to recover. One thing about Timber is that he's not as tall as a traditional centre back, but he's got much better pace than them. He's very quick. There's Timber to White. I mean, if we win this, it's not the most, convincing performance. But again, it's the old cliche people say about title-winning teams. Sometimes you don't play well, but you get the result that you need. Eze does well to hold the ball. Zubimendi's got Odegaard. Yeah, there we go, Odegaard. To White. Is Saka. Trying to make something happen since coming on. Odegaard, Saka. Go for a shot, lad. Oh, go. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what they're wanting. I think they're saying it took a touch off a Brentford player. It should be a corner. I don't think so. And Ben White, did it? No, it doesn't look like a touch Damsgaard at all. I think that Saka tried to play Ben White, and Ben White just stopped halfway as well. Not sure he thought he wasn't going to get to it. That doesn't look good. Declan Rice is down, and he's touching his calf, saying he's got a bit of a tightness there. Jordan Henderson looking out for him. I hope it's just that because they're England teammates, he's just looking out for a fellow Englishman. Gyökeres is getting ready, and I think you take off Rice, right? You take off Rice, put Marino in midfield, and put Gyökeres up front. He looks fine, Declan Rice. Just walking a little gingerly. He's okay. Again, unassisted. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Hopefully he's back for Aston Villa. Yeah, hopefully it's just a cramp. Let's hope. Let's hope. A clash of heads there. The referee stopping to play. Who was that? Is that Hincapi? Hincapi and Igor. Yeah, just clash of heads there, jumping for a header. Hopefully Hincapi's fine. Obviously the new regulations in the Premier League that if it is a hand injury, head contact, anything like that, players stopped and players get the treatment they require. It's never ending, isn't it? It's never ending. his injury problems. And again, it's just showing Saliba and Gabriel. But now, please don't have Hincapi come off, man. Honestly, he looks fine. He's good. He's got the chewing gum. He's following the finger of the medical team, the staff member. Yeah, he's good. No blood, nothing. He's good. We can go. We can continue. Yeah, he's given the all clear. Just showing the goal from Marino. Lovely strikers finish, and obviously, you know, Ben White and Madueke, those do well with that link up. They're showing the chance that Raya saved on Shada. Could that be the save that gets us this win? Gyökeres is now on. I'd love a goal for Gyökeres. It's Zubimendi. Calafiori. Field to Gyökeres does well. Gyökeres, lovely. Marino back in midfield. Marino can't catch a break. Eze, it's got Marino. Finds him. He's back to Zubimendi. 4 minutes left plus added time. What is going on at the other fixtures? Aston Villa have scored a 4th goal. Is it a Ollie Watkins hat trick? No, it's a Doniel Mallon. Sets us up for a big game this weekend. And again, let's just finish this and then have a little match reaction. There's Rice. Timber over the top. Gyökeres can't get to it. But again, you know, now you've got somebody like Gyökeres who's going to be up top. Now you can play those passes, over the top passes, whatever you want. You got somebody up there now. Before you didn't. Marino wasn't in those positions. Saka against Ayer. He's gone all the way, and then he's got what he wanted. It's a long throw in, and he just stays up there. It's an interesting tactic they have, don't they? He's just run it all the way into the touchline, and then Saka just hits it out, and he's happy. I'm just gonna thank you. I don't have to run all the way back to defense. I can just run into Arsenal's box now. Oh, Zubimendi clearing it. Dangerous ball from Brentford. And Eze does well against Henderson. Looked like he pulled him back, but referee saying play on. Eze. And Henderson recovers, does well. Zubimendi. Lovely touch from Zubimendi, and playing on Marino's. Switch it to the right flank. Is Odegaard. Could see Odegaard at 90 minutes. I think, if I'm not mistaken, is that the first game that he started and finished from start? Well, he's played the full 90 minutes. Could still come off. Marino to Zubimendi. Here's Odegaard. Good. Calafiori. Can he find somebody here? Go yourself. Lovely from Calafiori. Oh my god. It's a save again from Kelleher. And the rebound again. It's just Saka can't convert. Lovely fake out from Calafiori. A save, and then it took a touch. Took a deflection of a Brentford player. Calafiori does well, and Saka's just falling backwards. I mean, you'd love to. I mean, Calafiori's shots right at Kelleher as well, and then Saka just just catching the ball on the top. Doesn't really strike it cleanly. I mean, I hope we don't come to rue these missed chances. It's 3 saves from Kelleher this half. And, you can argue 3 saves from Kelleher, all parried, and 3 chances that we haven't taken advantage of. 3 rebounds we haven't taken advantage of. So into the 90 minutes now. Not too many stoppages, only the head injury stoppage. So it shouldn't have too many. I mean, we had 4 minutes against Chelsea at the end of that game. I'm guessing we'll have 4 or 5 here again. Maybe 5 or 6. Henderson over the top to Calafiori, and we should have it back. 6 minutes added on, yeah. Marino, he's got Saka. Lovely run by Saka. 1-on-1. Cuts back. And Kelleher again. But is it in? It's in! Saka! 2-0. That's it. Match is over. Great goal from Saka. And Kelleher again tried to save it, but yes! Yeah, Mikel Arteta's all the Arsenal fans are Mikel Arteta right now, smiling, happy. Now we can unclench. Lovely pass from Marino. I mean, look at this, right? This guy, he scored and he assisted. You can't take Marino off. He's valuable for us. And you think that again, Kelleher came to Brentford's rescue, but no. The ball goes over the line, crosses the line, and it's 2-0. And it all starts from Marino here. All the space in midfield for Marino. And then Saka, just lovely pass from Marino. And you think that he's taking too many touches, but he cuts back, takes the shot, and the referee checks his watch and says, yep, goal. Well, when Saka took this touch, he could have played Gyökeres. Gyökeres was open in the middle, but he decided to take the shot himself. Lovely cutback from taking both defenders out of the game. And Kelleher can't get back in time to get the ball out. Again, he got a hand to it. Kelleher's been decent for them, he's saved a few chances. And that's mightily over the line. And again, the substitutes make a big difference, and that just shows you the depth of this Arsenal team. Eze came on, he was involved in that build-up. And, Saka coming on, getting that goal on. Oof, opportunity for Brentford here. And another replica. No, that's a replay, sorry. Replay of the Lewis Potter chance where he tries to just curl it into the top corner there. It's gone out. Let's keep a clean sheet, guys. It'll be our first clean sheet in 4 matches. Yes, that's miles over the line. Still good to have goal line technology. Timer, yeah, the scoreboard is updated as well. Now we just need to, go 3 minutes without conceding or losing anyone else to injury. Already 2 players come off with... Mosquera came off in the first half. I'm hoping that Rice is just a cramp. Timber back to Raya. Throw into Brentford here. Well, 2 minutes to go in this game. If we look at the other results, Brighton have made it 3-4. Could be an interesting end to that game. Nottingham Forest still leading 1-0 against Wolves, who've done nothing, have they, at their own stadium. And Burnley slowly getting back into the game. I think that's going to finish as well. I think Crystal Palace will win that game. Leeds still 2-0 up against Chelsea. We're into the second half. Liverpool 0-0 against Sunderland at the moment. So if results stay the way they are, Arsenal restore their 5-point lead over Manchester City. Aston Villa now, if they hang on, they'll be 6 points behind us going into the game against them at Villa Park. Crystal Palace into the top 5. And then Man United playing against West Ham tomorrow. And if Man United win that, they climb up to 5th as well. So a minute to go here. It's Calafiori. Calafiori is immense, you know, such a key player for us, Calafiori. Yeah, if Brighton won that, they would have been in the top 4, but Aston Villa in 3rd place. And Chelsea, Chelsea get one back. It's Pedro Neto 5 minutes into the start of the second half. He's come on as a substitute for Estevao, and he's scored straight away. So it could be an interesting game, that one. And deflected shot from Brentford goes into Raya's hands. We've done well in the second half. We've dealt with the corners quite well. We've dealt with their throw-ins quite well. I don't think Brentford have had a clear-cut chance in the second half. I don't think they've done anything. Maybe you can add a couple of shots to their name, but I don't think anything on target. As the final whistle, Arsenal do the job. Very professional performance. 2-0 victory over Brentford. Arteta's happy. His coaches are all happy. Merino goal in the first half. Merino assist in the second half for Saka. He's probably gets man of the match. Goal and assist for him. Honorable mentions Ben White starting in the Premier League for the first time in a while. Good performance. Obviously, you got Madueke did well in the first half, causing issues for Brentford. And Timber did quite well coming on. And potentially you can give it to Hincapié as well. He did quite well. Or even Raya for that save in the first half, which maintained our lead. But yep, job done. And big game this weekend. Hopefully the team can rest. And hopefully Saliba's back for the weekend. And Mosquera's injury is just a precaution. And he'll be back for the weekend. We hope to have Mosquera back. We hope to have Saliba back. We hope to have Trossard back. And hopefully Declan Rice just had a cramp, so he should be back as well. Looking for some positive updates from Mikel Arteta at his interview. Good to see Odegaard as well. Gyökeres came in for a shift, and Odegaard playing 90 minutes, which is very good to see. We haven't really seen that from him this season. Brentford's poor away record continues. They've been very good at home, but their away record has been shambolic. And there's Christian Norgard just catching up with some former teammates. Overall good. Very good. Second half started a little patchy, but we did well enough to get the job done at the end. Very good. Very good. We respond to Man City to restore our 5-point lead. And Hincapié needs to be careful there. Don't celebrate too much. We need you. Saliba and Gabriel just... He's just touching his head there thinking, hey, you know, nothing serious. Well, if you guys watch this later, I hope you enjoy. We'll make a little... we want to start doing not match reactions, but maybe like some pointers, maybe like some things we learned from the match. Let's see if we get to that. But anyway, good performance, good stream. Arsenal get the job done. That's all we ask from them, really. And we'll see you this weekend for the big game at Villa Park against Aston Villa, who, let's just check real quick if Brighton managed to level that. Got 2 minutes left in that. I think Aston Villa will get the job done. I think they'll finish 4-3. So big game against Aston Villa this weekend. And we'll see you then. Good performance today. Thanks for watching. Cheers. See ya.